Hi guys, Alexa Dunn here, and no sooner did I film my first ever book talk video raving about some amazing adult thrillers I've been reading, did I read one I didn't like so much. So welcome to my first ever not quite positive book review. That said, I did not hate this book, but it simply pales in comparison to some of the other books that I just read that I thought were fantastic page-turners with pretty satisfying endings. The book is The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena. Now, like I said, this wasn't a bad book and I didn't hate it. I was just disappointed. It was definitely a page-turner. I read the sample first couple of chapters and it niggled at me for a few days. I really wanted to know what the heck happened, so I finally gave in and I spent $11.99 on that book. I am thankful for the instant gratification of buying books on my Kindle. Also, not so grateful. I give in to my worst instincts, like book binge. I read The Couple Next Door in only 2 days. The first night I got to the halfway point, which incidentally is when you find out the twist and who done it. And the next night I breezed through and finished the book because I wanted to know what the heck was gonna fill the rest of the book. And the answer is a bunch of twists that only barely hold together logically. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The Couple Next Door is about Marco and Anne, who've recently had a baby. Anne is suffering from a bit of postpartum depression, and on the night in question, they are next door at the couple next door's house at a dinner party. Their babysitter fell through at the last minute, but Marco really wanted to go. Anne suspects because he's hot for the lady next door. They spend the whole night drinking and flirting, so she might not be so far off base. So they leave their 6-month-old at home for the evening, bringing the baby monitor over with them and going in shifts to check on the baby every half hour. Of course, the worst happens. When they finally go home, they find the front door ajar and their baby is missing. What quickly unfolds is a who kidnapped the baby whodunit, though like I said, you find out about halfway through the book who did it. The book is told in third person and it head hops a lot. You get a lot of different points of views, often in the same chapter. More or less it was done artfully, though occasionally the shift was jarring. So you get inside Anne's head, Marco's head, the next door neighbor's head, the police detective's head, even occasionally Anne's parents. Tensions are high because Anne is a trust fund baby with overbearing parents. She talks to them every single day and they're oddly close, and they hate Marco, her husband, so there's a lot of tension there. Meanwhile, the detective is highly suspicious of both parents and the circumstances of the kidnapping. Something isn't adding up, and as the clues pile up and you're guessing, quickly you're proven more or less correct of what you suspected had happened. That said, I would not call this book predictable, and this is where we get into why I didn't like it quite a lot. At times, it felt like The Couple Next Door was doing somersaults, trying to give you twists that would surprise you, but at the expense of actually making logical sense. Late in the book, we finally get a POV chapter from a character who in just their first few lines basically blows the whole thing wide open, and as a reader you can't help thinking you've been cheated. If we'd just gotten a POV chapter from that character a lot earlier, this all would have been solved. And moreover, if this person had just spoken up and talked to the police like a responsible adult, a poor 6-month-old baby wouldn't have been put in danger for more than a week. It is ridiculous. Ultimately, the plot rides on the fact that almost every single character in this book is a terrible human being. No one is likable to the point of being sociopathic, with the exception possibly of the detective. But overall, the book moves at such a rapid clip, we're not given much time with any one character or the opportunity to get to know them on a deeper level. But I can't blame the book. It delivers on its promise. It is a page-turning whodunit mystery. And I certainly kept turning the page and it was a mystery, kind of. I can't be too mad because I did get my money's worth. I wanted something twisty that would keep me up late reading, and that is definitely what happened. But overall, I would say don't waste your money on this one. Hindsight is 20/20, and this is definitely a library or borrow it from your friend kind of read. But good news, I quickly moved on to another binge read that is already proving to be much better, and that is In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. So far so good, and I hope to talk about that one in a future video. That's it for today, so I hope you save your money on this one, and happy reading!